everyone, it's Hallie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review slash makeup look for Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I absolutely adored this book so much. 5 out of 5 stars, and I've been waiting to do this for such a long time, but I thought that right now, right before Dia de los Muertos starts, that would be the absolute perfect time to do it, as that is when the book takes place, and so I'm really excited to get into this review. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask you guys to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The button is like right there. You could just hit that, subscribe to me, you know, all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, go check out my video from last week where I reviewed A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. If you like rant reviews, you will really like that video. So without further ado, let's get into this book look review. So Cemetery Boys is about a boy named Yadriel, and he is a trans boy living in LA, I think, somewhere around LA. And he is a part of a family that has like magic and powers, and they're called brujos, and it's super cool, and I love the story behind all of their magic and like the mythology and everything like that. It was so cool and I loved reading about it. However, there are different ceremonies for boys and girls to become brujas. Girls become healers. I'm sorry, my cat is being so loud. Stop! What's wrong with you? Anyways, girls become healers and the boys possess the power to help spirits move to the afterlife, like cut their tether to the real world and communicate with them, I guess. And once he came out, his family wasn't completely accepting. They did call him by the name that he chose and used he/him pronouns, but they would not let him do the ceremony that would make him into a brujo and allow him to be one of them. They believed that the magic wouldn't work and it would like mess something up, it could kill him or whatever, because they didn't think the magic knew what being trans was, or like it couldn't even fathom that happening. However, Yadriel takes matters into his own hands, and he and his cousin Maritza perform the ceremony by themselves in an abandoned church, and it works. He becomes a brujo. He uses that magic right there, and they know that he is a brujo. All was well until like the second they finished the ceremony. The brujos have the power to like feel when another brujos has died or is hurt, and so both Yadriel and Maritza feel like they're being stabbed, and they realize that their cousin Miguel is dead, like they felt him die. So they had to like rush back to their house, and everyone's like just grieving, and then the other brujos are going to look for Miguel to see what happened. Yadriel also wants to go out and look for Miguel, but the other brujos won't let him, as they say he's not a brujos, and he tries to tell his dad that they performed the ceremony and that it worked, but his dad wasn't listening, and then he dead named him, and it was just a terrible mess. So Maritza and Yadriel go look for Miguel on their own, trying to find out what happened, and they don't find him, but they do find another spirit inside a church, and they realize it is the spirit of Julian Diaz, who went to school with them and was like bad boy, like never came to school, like bad reputation and all of that. And they figure out he's dead and he hasn't moved on for some reason. So Yadriel attempts to cut the tether between him and the real world, which was a gift to Julian from his dad, like a necklace, and it doesn't work. This leads Yadriel to believe that maybe he's not actually a brujo and that it didn't work and that he doesn't have the power to cut a spirit's tether and send them into the afterlife. But Yadriel can't leave Julian's ghost by itself, so Julian has to go home with him, and Julian has a bit of a mouth on him. It's quite hilarious. So they are, one, trying to figure out what is happening to Julian, and also trying to figure out what happened to Miguel. They partially believe that Julian might not be going to the afterlife because he's refusing, so his tether can't be cut, because he wants to, one, find out how he died, and then figure out if his friends were okay, because his friends were with him and he's pretty sure he got mugged and the mugger killed him. One reason that Yadriel is so desperate to dispatch Julian before Dia de los Muertos begins is because they have the initiation of brujos on the first night of Dia de los Muertos, and Yadriel wants to be able to be initiated then, and as of current he's not sure whether he actually is a brujo since he can't dispatch Julian yet, and he wants to make sure he is and prove to them that he is a brujo. So basically after this, Julian and Yadriel just kind of get to know each other as they're trying to figure out what happened to Julian and what happened to Miguel, and they just grow closer. They're super compatible. Yadriel tells Julian that he's trans, and then Julian tells Yadriel that he's gay, and Yadriel is so cute. When he told Julian that he was gay, he was like, oh yeah, me too, gay, me too. Like that one scene in One Day at a Time with Elena telling Sid that she was gay, hilarious. The build up towards a relationship or feelings between Yadriel and Julian is just really, really nice and lovely. It was a slow burn, and just I loved the tension between the two of them, but it was more like they were friends and then just immediately fell in love. It was so cool because the book takes place in 2 days, 2 or 3 days, but somehow it wasn't insta love. It was still just that amazing pining tension, and the fact that Julian's a ghost, so Yadriel was super sad because he was Julian's gonna leave and I'm never gonna be able to see him again, because they are able to see their ancestors on Dia de los Muertos, which is why they do the brujo initiation then. It's right before their ancestors come back, and they get to see them for about 2 days a year, which is really nice. But brujos can only see other brujos that have died. So once Julian is gone, his tether is broken, Yadriel won't be able to see him again. So I did just want to talk about each of the characters and their motives and things like that. The book is in Yadriel's point of view for the most part. There is 1 or 2 chapters with Julian's point of view, which is amazing, and I love how that was written, giving the reader a chance to see what Julian's thinking, and it is towards the end, but it's still that Yadriel is the main character. This is his book, the focus is supposed to be on him, but you also just get to see what Julian's thinking, and it's super nice, and I loved that. Because a lot of time I always find myself wondering what the other main character is thinking, or the love interest or whatever. I always want their point of view, and with Cemetery Boys we got that, and I really, really liked that. And I don't want to talk about what happened at the end too much because this book did just come out, and I don't want tons of spoilers, because I just want people to be able to watch this and see if they would like the book. Like, it is something that deserves tons of attention. It's amazing. I super enjoyed it like the entire time. So I just want everyone to be able to watch like a non-spoilery review. Those of you that have read it will know when I'm kind of referencing things or like thinking about it when I'm talking about it, just letting you know that I'm not gonna like spoil the entire thing or like big things that happen, especially towards the end. So Yadriel is basically just trying to convince his family that he is a brujo, that he can be a brujo, like he was meant to be one, and that he is a boy. That's basically most of what he's trying to do. And then he really only talks to his cousin Maritza. She's the only one that like truly like accepts him and wants him to be a brujo, which is why she helps him with the ceremony. His mother died when he was a year younger, so it had only been a year since his mother had died, and this was going to be his first Dia de los Muertos where he would get to see her when she came back. That is part of why he wants to do this by Dia de los Muertos, why he wants to cut Julian's tether before then, was so that he could tell his mom. His mom was another person that really accepted him and believed he could be a real brujo before she died. And then of course along the way he falls in love with Julian, and it is amazing and everything to me. And just like the yearning from his point of view was just so like lovely. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it was just so nice and I loved reading it. Like, I could not put it down. It was so cute. I finished it in like less than 2 days. And then we have Maritza, who is Yadriel's cousin, and she is already a bruja. She has her, I forget what you call it. It basically like ties you to your magic. Like, that's her tether to the world, and I think it's a rosary, and she is a healer now, so she can heal things and she has magic. We don't super find out a lot about her character, except that she is a vegan and really despises animal cruelty. I think she wants to be a vet, if I'm remembering right, maybe, I'm not sure. But she's really sweet, protective of Yadriel, and just like goes along with Yadriel and Julian wherever they're going and whatever they're doing. And she's just a really fun character to read, and I really enjoyed her. And then of course we have Julian, who is now a spirit. He follows Maritza and Yadriel around for the rest of the book, and he stays with Yadriel a couple of nights in his room, which I love. We get the good bed sharing trope, amazing, iconic, love them. Julian is a like stereotypical like bad boy, skips school all the time, wears just like leather and combat boots, I don't even know, but he's so cool. He seems super mean and tough, and then he gets to know Yadriel, and he's just like a king. Like, he's so nice and fun. He's hilarious. Julian's dad died, so now it is just him and his brother Rio, and his dad died about like 5 years before the book takes place. And they basically like they kind of barely get by. Rio works at a car shop, and it's just pretty sad. We do find out that Julian isn't like the super bad boy everyone thinks he is. The author confirmed that Julian has ADHD, and it basically happened where no one kind of caught it at all, and no one assumed that he could have ADHD and that they just assumed he was a bad kid. So that's basically why he ends up skipping school and things like that. And no one knows he has ADHD when the book is taking place. We see that Julian is fiercely protective over those that he really cares about, and Yadriel becomes one of those people. There's a scene in the very end, I'm not going to say what's happening, but one of Yadriel's family members, I think it was his dad, said, are you friends with Yadriel? And then Julian, like, he can't say anything else and he just says mi querido, and I just, you know, they're so good. It's so amazing. He's super protective over everyone that he loves, and I absolutely adore that about him. Like, he's so cool, and just he and Yadriel are some of like the coolest characters ever. Like, I loved reading them so much. And Julian isn't even like afraid to die. Like, he doesn't, it's not like he's refusing to go because he doesn't want to die. It's because he wants to make sure his friends are okay. Like, he has no idea what happened to his friends after he died, and he couldn't see like if they were alive or not, and he just wanted to make sure. And I just like, I would die for him. I would die for him. I 100% recommend Cemetery Boys. I rated it 5 stars, and if you're gonna read it, now would be the most amazing time. It just has like that spooky fall, like really great like vibes for right now especially, and it's amazing. It's one of the best reads of 2020, I'd say, with The Silvered Serpents and Felix Ever After, like 100% top 3 books of 2020. The ending especially was just brilliant, like heartbreaking, amazing, like oh my god, it was so good. Like, the emotions that I felt, unparalleled to any other book ever. Amazing. It's just, I can't even describe it with words without spoiling it, because it's just so full of like amazing writing, amazing plot, amazing characters. It is nominated for a Goodreads Choice Award, so I absolutely recommend that you go vote for it. It absolutely deserves it, and definitely go read it. Alright, so this is the finished look for Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I did a maroony, purpley kind of halo eye with a gold-ish in the center. I couldn't quite get that bright, like white yellow, but I think I got pretty close. I did a yellow liner that you can't really see, I think you can see it, I'm not sure, for the title coloring. And then the big green, like, of Yadriel's shirt on the cover is what I did my lips for. And then I also did these earrings. If you've read, you know why. Lemon earrings, like lemon, the smell of lemon. But if you haven't, it's gonna be confusing, so go read Cemetery Boys to find out why I'm wearing lemon earrings. But yeah, that is it for this video. Go check out Cemetery Boys right now. This is not a request, it is a command. I am telling you to go read Cemetery Boys. I think I'm going to post a video again before next Friday, because I just wanted to get my October wrap up and November TBR out there. I need to kind of finalize my TBR for next month before I say anything. It's kind of, right now I'm not sure what I'm gonna read, but I think I'm gonna do that, and then I have no idea what video I'm gonna post next Friday. If you have any like super specific requests for like a makeup look or something like that, just comment below and I will take a look at those. If you have any new releases you'd want me to talk about or read, let me know. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye!